Yeah.
Well, here come the two teams tonight, led out by the referee Gavin Ward with his assistants Daniel Leach and Mark Potty. Swansea will be playing in their white strip this evening, Brentford in their away strip of black and yellow. Gavin Ward has taken 18 Brentford games in the past, 7 wins, 5 draws and 6 losses. This last game taking charge of Brentford was the very first game of this season against Birmingham City, perhaps not his best one that afternoon. This season, 8 games, 28 yellows and 3 reds so far. This is how the teams will line up. In goal for Brentford, David Raya, right back Dalsgaard, left back Rico Henry, Pontus Jansson, Julian Jeanvier in the centre, a midfielder Mikocho, De Silva and Norgard up front, and Buemo and Benrahma either side of Ollie Watkins. On the bench, Luke Daniels, Dominic Thompson, Ethan Pinnock, Matthias Jensen, Joe Valencia, Josh Clark and Jan Zambarek. For Swansea, 5 changes this evening. In goal, Freddie Woodman. In a 4-2-3-1, Connor Roberts, Mike van der Horn, Joe Roden and Jake Bidwell across the back. Jay Fulton and Matt Grimes holding. Andre Ayew, Christopher Peterson and Jan Dander in the centre. And up front will be the Spaniard, Borja Baston. On the bench, Christopher Nordfeldt, Berson Selena, Wayne Routledge, Sam Surridge, Ben Wilmot, Carl Norton and George Byers. So confidence here in the press box. We believe we will be taking a decent result back home with us up the M4 this evening, and it's an excellent night for football. It's actually a perfect night for football. Just the right temperature, not too cold. We're not gloves weather yet, Mick. And a nice big pitch out there. It's been well watered beforehand, and let's hope it's going to be as good a game of football as we expect.
Yeah, I think, Mark, people at home might be saying, oh, Mark, Mick and Kieran, 3 away wins, but sometimes you look at the football form. You look at Manchester United and Liverpool. Liverpool 8 wins. You know, Manchester United right out of form, and you look at it, all of a sudden it's a draw. Swansea here are bankers for a home win. Everybody here thinks it's a home win. Brentford don't do anything in Wales against Swansea, and you know what, Swansea just beat them 3 times last season, nice and easy. Football isn't like that, guys, and like I said, you just when you think you know what's going to happen, something like Saturday happens. So Brentford are solid at the back, and if they maintain that, and they, as Kieran says, 1 win out of 7 against 1 defeat in 6, you know, it's a closer game than it's looking on paper, and that what the home faithful are thinking. So we're expecting a good game. I'm expecting a tidy game for Swansea play like we do. So another good game to watch, Mark.
It is indeed. Something quite rare there, Kieran. I think Swansea are the first team I haven't seen go in a huddle for about 4 seasons.
Yeah, it's become the in thing to do.
Yeah. We're set to start. A few Lake fans coming in from Swansea. It's been like Mark and Mick at large here with the music in the background. I felt we were in Ibiza, Mick.
Kevin and Perry, isn't it? You can almost hear it. We're doing our moves.
Yeah, but the music stops, the football starts, we're underway. Brentford kicking left to right, the same way they were in the first half of the cup game last year, which I do remember here.
Just get through the first minute, Mark.
Yeah, we can do that. Then we've been better than twice in last season, certainly in the league fixture here. So it's the 3rd time we're playing them in this calendar year, and hopefully it will be a happier time. You would have to say that Brentford can't keep on losing to Swansea. It has to change at some time. Tonight would be a really good night to help kick-start this season, which is what we keep on saying. We need to build on results. Here's Dalsgaard on this near side, and Buemo helps it up into the air. It's then headed on. It's being chased down there by the man who's coming tonight, Baston.
Well, we've done twice as well as both the league games last year already.
Yeah. I know Kieran and Mick in the car were saying with great trepidation, we've got to get through that first minute. I didn't realise they actually meant it. Here's Benrahma, infield Rico Henry to Mikocho. And back to Jeanvier, goes across the field to his skipper, 10 yards outside his penalty area, and it's moved over to this right side on this enormous pitch for Henrik Dalsgaard. He goes long. Watkins is offside. The flag's gone up. About half a yard offside there. No doubt that was the right decision. They look to take it quickly with Grimes, the captain. Here's Van der Horn.
Yeah, Mbeumo against Bidwell will be a nice little matchup. I think that we'll keep our eye on here. Bidwell is pretty well seasoned now, and we know what Jake's all about, but it will be interesting. Against pace, he's not so happy.
Yeah, we saw him have a torrid time against Senor Hota a few seasons ago when he came back to Brentford for QPR. We know he does struggle against a little bit of pace, particularly those who are electric off a level start, which Mbeumo can be. But they're looking for Bidwell out on this left-hand side. Dalsgaard decides just to watch that one go there because he's got the run covered, and it's headed all the way back to David Raya in goal. Rolls it out to Jean-Vion on that far side. Here's Rico Henry, had an excellent game, never stopped trying on Saturday. As many people's man of the match.
I thought him and Jean-Vier kind of stoked the New Road crowd. You know, at 2-0 down, there's a couple of thudding tackles went in, and that's what the crowd like when you're not playing so well. And Jean-Vier and Henry were very good.
Here's Benrahma breaking forward, cuts the ball infield to Watkins. Back to Rico Henry, they're out to Benrahma again. He's level with the penalty area. Jinking run back to Mokotjo just outside the penalty area. Has to go back to Christian Norgard. Benrahma on the ball again. Here's Norgard, good run down the left. There's Rico Henry coming in, and it just went over the head of Watkins. Here's Dalsgaard, picks it up. He's going to go for goal himself on his left foot. And just dragged that one about 2 or 3 yards wide, but there's a positive start there, Mick.
Yeah, nice signs there. Camo and Norgard just pressed, and it was sharp passing. It was sharp passing out to Rico Henry. He took on his man, he crossed it. It just went over Ollie Watkins' head, and Swansea cleared. Dalsgaard had a shot from just outside the area that just dribbled wide, but that's what you like to see. Sharp passing in the midfield moving forward.
Yeah, it is Jan Dander who's indeed playing in the middle, and Pettersson out on this wing. Oh, and that looked like a hard tackle straight through to the back on Mokotjo there. Referee happy for play to go on. He eventually pulls the foul on Mbeumo. I'm not sure why he didn't give a foul there, Mick, because there wasn't really an advantage.
It wasn't. I just thought the referee was trying to almost like to put his stamp on. I'm going to let this game flow. I'm not. It was a free kick, but the way the game was moving, it's only in the first 3 minutes. He just wants to let the game flow. But Mbeumo got stopped straight away there, and Gavin Ward had to give the free kick. But it was a free kick, the first one.
Yeah, it certainly was. So Brentford do get this free kick, which Benrahma will take. It's almost centre of the pitch and about 30 yards inside the Swansea half. Most of the players out on this right-hand side. He tries to disguise a pass through the middle. No one getting onto that one. Doesn't really beat the first man. It's played back towards Rico Henry, but Brentford have got men out on the far side. Wide is Benrahma. Here's Rico Henry. Turns. He's being closed down by Baston, so it goes all the way back to Raya in goal. Just gets it out towards Mokotjo, who's now moving forward nicely up over the halfway line. Took another little just a little touch in the back there from Baston.
Nice though from Camo. He took the ball straight from Raya as the last man, and he made his way through right to the centre circle. Nice run by Camo. That's what you want to see from your midfielder, rather than passing back or something. He's making inroads, making the midfield for Swansea track back.
That's what we haven't been doing enough this season.
Completely.
And, that's not the best pass there by Jean-Vier. And here comes Pettersson towards the edge of the penalty area. It's played across, chested down nicely by Christian Norgard, and then a good ball upfield by De Silva. Bidwell, he knows he's not going to win a match race against Mbeumo, doesn't take any chances and goes back to Freddie Woodman, the youngster on loan from Newcastle. Here's Pontus Jansson at the back, being challenged by Baston, and just turns and plays it back to Raya in goal. Raya out to Jean-Vier.
When De Silva picked up, he looked straight for the Mbeumo versus Bidwell foot race.
They will have certainly identified this as, you can have some fun down here, guys.
Just the ball instead of the aerial ball over Jake, it's the ball inside him. You know, it's that slip ball that just played, so Bidwell has to turn, and once Bidwell's turning, you just fancy Mbeumo, even with 3 yards behind, he's just going to burn him.
Oh, that's a nice ball in the centre, and Benrahma says leave that one to me. Brentford got players out here on the right. He throws the ball through to Mbeumo's just offside, and Brentford had numbers forward there. Just De Silva's breaking in the box, as was Ollie Watkins as well. Good signs there from Brentford, but a little bit of naivety. He's not looking down the line. He's got the linesman behind him, but he sees the line in front of him, and I think he was just waiting for the ball from Benrahma to be a little bit earlier. He took his time, Benrahma, in deciding what to do.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right there, Mark. I think there's a bit of blame for both players there. One was expecting the ball, one just hung on to the ball too long, so it was a 50-50, but Thomas Frank would be a little bit annoyed with that, but not with that we had 4 in the area at that time and breaking. We look bright tonight. We look hungry, and we're passing well, so it's a good sign in the first 5 minutes.
I think the phrase a lot of people like to use, Brentford look on it here in the early stages. Here is Pedersen, just outside the penalty area, breaking down the left-hand side. Dalsgaard goes with him. Pedersen's just overrun that. Good defending there.
And that's what I like to see with Dalsgaard. That's the experienced head. There was nothing, I mean, it was a dangerous situation. Pedersen was going down the left-hand wing, and Henrik just comes across. There's nothing dramatic about it, just shepherds the ball out, and that's where we look stronger in defence. It was no threat, just sees it out, and we start to be able to gain.
Here's Rico Henry. Oh, that looked painful. Straight against Andre Ayew. Few oohs on the far side, which intimated that he may have caught that in a rather painful place, but he's certainly not showing it.
Not yet, he isn't.
But Kieran's doubled up in pain.
And I'm wincing and blowing the cheeks.
Yeah, that was didn't look too good. Here's Watkins battling for the ball, does well, plays it into Makocho. Another good move coming through the midfield from Brentford here. Here's Dalsgaard. Christian Norgard available in the centre, who's come out to Mbeumo down the line. It was looking for Josh Da Silva. It just took a little nick on its way through, so Brentford will get the throw. Da Silva will be delighted that he's had the confidence of his boss to get the start again tonight after that great little cameo the other day. Here's Mbeumo again. Tries a little back heel, didn't come off, but it's come back to him fortunately. Then tries to play it to Da Silva. Da Silva had done well to win the ball, and then Pedersen, as he seen Da Silva get away, just lifted his leg and tripped him up, and Brentford have got a free kick here about 4 yards in from the touchline, level with the penalty area. Benrahma will take.
Steve Cooper will be annoyed about that. There was 3 Swansea players around Josh Da Silva there. Da Silva is very strong. He's a very strong young man, but I mean, who actually outmuscle, and the 2 Swansea defenders, midfield defenders, just came away from the ball to leave a one-on-one there, and Da Silva just outmuscled him. It's a good area for Benrahma. He's been disappointing with his free kicks, just not beating the first man. So here is a real good chance for Benrahma. Think to
the last minute at Nottingham Forest when we had that free kick, and it was our last hope and didn't get past the first man. He's got Da Silva there as well, but he takes it himself into a good play. The referee blew his whistle there just before he was about to take it, so it'll be take 2. Which is just as well, because take 1 didn't go too well for us, so we get another bite of the cherry here. Up goes the right arm, Benrahma. This one's along the deck and it's bouncing around, didn't quite come a Brentford way, and Mbeumo plays it back to Josh Da Silva. That was a good option there, nearly came off for Brentford. Benrahma, nice little ball back from Mbeumo down to the byline, floats the ball up, and that's gone wide. But good signs here from Brentford, Kieran, early on.
There weren't. There's a little bit of fortune now. I'm not sure who the Swansea man was, but as that free kick was whipped in towards the near post, he saw he couldn't help himself, but he flicked his elbow out of the ball to block it. If he gets any touch on that, the linesman's in a great position to give a penalty. But you know, we started very brightly. We're having a lot of joy down these 2 flanks. You know, a lot of really nice interplay from Rico inside on the left and on the far side from us here, and Brian on this side. You know, they really are putting the Swansea fullbacks under pressure.
Pushing high is a good sign. That's when Brentford are in the ascendancy. The front 3, when they push well, Benrahma and Mbeumo. We haven't seen much of Watkins, but we're working well down the flanks.
Oh, here's Mbeumo trying to get past Bidwell. Bidwell just nudged him there and used a little bit of experience, I think. Baston challenging in the centre. He's done well to win the ball back there as he looked as if he lost a little bit of control. And here's Jan Danda spreads the ball out to the far side to Roberts. Ayew on the ball. Now coming through the centre here is Joe Rodon. Floats the ball out to here to Pedersen on the left-hand side. Level with the penalty, is going to take on Dalsgaard floats it to the far post, and the header comes back, but Janvier then heads the next one away, and here's Benrahma with a chance to clear on the far side. Got 2 men round him, he's battling to hold on to it, and he's been beaten, and it actually comes off him last, and it will be a Swansea corner.
Lovely cross by Pedersen, and there was Connor Roberts just coming in at the right back. No one had picked him up. He kind of went, instead of going for goal, he went back across goal, and Brentford could clear. We just wondered if he would have gone for goal himself, whether that would have been caught Brentford unawares, but it is a Swansea corner.
It's away on that far side, so it's going to be whipped in here, which it is indeed. Raya's under it. Raya catches it. No danger there for the Brentford keeper, and there's been a lot of talk in the past that he may be a little bit vulnerable on crosses. We haven't seen that this season at all.
He looks pretty secure, you know. I mean, he's got these big Marcel Marceau gloves, hasn't he? It's just almost like, you know, he's got to put these white gloves out, and he comes for these crosses and he claims them. So he's putting a lot of these Blackburn doubters to bed, so to speak.
And here's a good break for Brentford through the middle. There's Josh Da Silva. Benrahma's going to call for it on the outside. Da Silva goes for goal himself, cut back in. If he created the opportunity to shoot there with a bit of space, we know what he can do from there. It was a good idea because Benrahma took Bidwell out on this near side, but unfortunately Josh Da Silva's shot just hit the defender, but we've seen him score from there.
Yeah, Da Silva was just looking, he was looking for the curler mark, if anything, and the guy was in the way of the curl, and then he just cut across the shot and it got blocked.
Good football here from Brentford. Lovely flick by Benrahma, Makocho, Da Silva, Norgard. Brentford at the moment very much taking the game to Swansea. Norgard, not the best first touch there by Mbeumo, gets his body in the way and gets a fortunate deflection. It's back to him off Da Silva, then Mbeumo plays it against Bidwell. It comes off this near side, and Brentford will get a throw, which Dalsgaard says, well, let's just throw this back to David Raya and build again. We've had 13 minutes so far. Here's the thoughts of Mick.
Yeah, Da Silva playing well in the middle. He's getting a lot of the ball, asking for the ball. I quite like this in the midfield. It's beginning to make it tick. Here he comes again.
Yeah, Josh Da Silva to Benrahma, and Rico Henry's charging down the left, and Benrahma finds him. Rico Henry might have a go for goal himself here. A little step over, down to the byline, cuts the ball back, and it's headed behind there by Rodon. It'll be a Brentford corner. And what I like here, Kieran, is every time we go forward, we've got big numbers in the box.
We have, and no one, from a Swansea point of view, someone's going to have to get closer to side Benrahma, because he's just coming in off his wing and is almost playing as an extra central midfielder, and no one's going with him. And there again was another opportunity where he just picked the ball up, turned, and had freedom and space to move into.
Benrahma on this near side with Brentford first corner of the evening. Referee Gavin Ward just wants to have a word with Basta, I think, and Brian Mbeumo. Now Benrahma's decided to sort his boots out, so a tiny little break here. Now up goes the left arm, and here he comes now. He plays it back, and well, you think he was not sure who he was looking for, but Janvier's done brilliantly to win the ball back, and Benrahma will have another go. And he puts Baston on his backside, whips the ball into the box, probably a little bit too much pace that time. He's headed away by Swansea. Brentford well on top here, having a good spell. Here's Watkins this time, little step over on his left foot, got a chance to get a shot in. Well, he looked as if he created the opportunity not once but twice, and just wanted a slightly better angle each time. We'll come back to that in a minute with Mick. The ball at the moment is back with Pontus Jansson just outside the centre circle, and that's not the best ball by Pontus Jansson. Makocha doesn't somehow keep it in play, and the ball's then back with Raya. But Ollie Watkins there, it looked as if he'd created the chance.
Yeah, out on the left wing by the penalty area, he went to cut in like Watkins knows we can, and just he went to pull the trigger, and it almost like his left foot touched the ball to just push it on a little 6 inches or whatever, and that just took him off balance and allowed the Swansea defender to get in front of the ball. So Ollie you could see he was lining up for the shot, but Benrahma is, as Kieran says, he's drifting and floating and leaving lots of space, and Swansea don't know whether to stick or twist.
Here is Christian Norgard. Nice ball through to Watkins. First time out to Rico Henry again, then down the line further for Watkins. And good defending there by Mike van der Hoorn, the former Ajax man. Gets it out on the far side for a Brentford throw. Here's De Silva infield to Benrahma just outside the penalty area. Oh, lovely little disguise pass into Mokotjo. Mokotjo tried to flick it back to the oncoming De Silva. There's some Harlem Globetrotter football out there from Brentford this evening, Mick. We're playing some football as if we're 6-0 up.
Yeah, I mean,
easy on the eye.
Benrahma there is just so lively. He's looking at it. I mean, he's very furtive in that he's on the turn, and he played a ball through to Camo there, and Camo just kind of flicked it back off, but it was just 2 or 3 feet away from into the stride of a Brentford player. And that's the kind of thing. It's one of these things that you see where you're 2 or 3-0 up, and here we are at 0-0. He's playing some very fancy football at the moment, and Swansea are got no foothold in this game at all with 16 minutes gone.
No, they've got a throw on the far side. Here's Fulton. The ball into the box. Pedersen for the far post, just wide, just a couple of feet wide. The flag had gone up. It wouldn't have counted, but that would have been very much against the run of play.
Completely. I mean, Pedersen had got a couple of yards in front of his man there. It was a header, free header at that, but he put it wide of Rayas' goal. But that shows you that you can have all the possession in the world, and like I say, one ball just across the box, and it can be as direct as that. It's probably Swansea's best chance, even though it's a couple of yards offside.
Here is Raya, goes long, looking for Watkins. Watkins against Van der Horn. Van der Horn wins that one, but it comes back to Mokotjo. Brentford winning all the second balls at the moment. Nice ball down the right-hand side for Watkins to chase. Watkins will keep the ball in play on the stretch, can only lob that up into the air. Easy take for young Freddie Woodman, who rolls it out to Fulton. Fulton coming forward unchallenged on this this enormous pitch. I think we forget, Mick, each time we come down here, just how wide, how big this pitch is. But that can very much suit Brentford, and it's been showing that in the early stages. You
have to say that Swansea's midfield been totally overpowered by Norgard, De Silva and Mokotjo in the middle. They're playing very tight as a three, and with our front three of Watkins, Benrahma and Mbeumo playing so far forward, this front six really are effective.
They certainly are. We're getting bodies forward each time we break. Here's Mokotjo. Brentford win it back again. Watkins holds it up nicely. In comes Norgard to make himself available. To come back to Dalsgaard, and a little trick to get him past Pedersen. He flies the ball into the middle to Benrahma. Benrahma can just flick this one on if he gets there first. He couldn't. In goes De Silva. He doesn't get there first. And now Fulton can bring the ball forward. And here's Jan Danda out on the far side, charging up towards the edge of the penalty area. Lovely challenge there by Janvier to win it back. And now Brentford can try and break forward. Benrahma just decides to hold the ball up and wait for some bodies to join him. Links up with Christian Norgard on the far side. What we've noticed when Swansea are in possession, Watkins is forward, and then we've got 5 in that midfield. Yeah. So they're stifling Swansea's opportunity to break through the middle. Here's Dalsgaard up towards Watkins. Watkins holds it nicely, and then just stretched there, and Swansea have managed to win themselves a free kick.
Yeah, well, he's back to goal. It's not his strength really trying to hold the ball out. He's trying to hold the man off at the same time, and then he just lunges towards the ball, just catches Grimes there, and you just look at it, and Fulton it was, just on the top of the toe, and that's a nasty one, but he's going to run that off, but it was a free kick.
You can see, Kieran, what Brentford's plan is here this evening.
Yes, very, very, very much so. They've executed it really well in the first few minutes. You can also see what Swansea's game plan is, to be direct, but not direct as in long ball, but as soon as they pick the ball up and have a chance to run forward or play a forward pass straight away, that's what they're trying to do. But in 17, 18 minutes of this game, Swansea have had one foray into our half, basically.
And here is the Grimes being put under pressure by Watkins. He's lost the ball, been crowded out. Brentford have won it back. Here's Watkins in the box. Watkins goes for goal, and the goalkeeper gets a touch. Didn't really have enough on it. It's put wide, and it will be a Brentford corner on the far side this time. Not sure Watkins was going to beat the keeper with that pace, but the keeper didn't take any chances.
I don't like that from Ollie. I mean, he had nothing on there and he was going for goal. Didn't get hold of it, but he got it on target, which forced Woodman to get down and save. He saved awkwardly, and it could have gone anywhere, but it's gone for a Brentford corner.
Mokotjo is available on the far side. Grimes stays with him. Up goes the right arm of Benrahma. And this one's cut back again. Janvier leaves it. Here's a chance for De Silva. He tried to place it. Good block in the box that time by Baston, who was back defending. And now here comes Ayew, switched over to this left-hand side. He gets past Pontus Jansson. overcomes. Oh, well, it's actually hit the referee's come back to Ayew there, and the referee says, "Well, we have to have that as a goal."
Yeah.
Well,
how can you have a drop ball with just a Swansea player there? Come on.
I'm about to say drop ball, and he's dropped it, and it's like, well, where's the Brentford
player? Well, I'll just drop it to the Swansea player.
I think this is the new rule. If it hits the referee,
it isn't a rule. Yeah.
Uncontested drop ball, which I'm not sure Brian Bramer understood. Is he charged?
Yeah, he charged in to try and block it. What it can go straight to the opposition, but obviously you want to allow
the opposition there.
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't a Brentford player within 5 yards of it.
No, as soon as it does hit the referee, it was a different match then. And here comes Pedersen down to the byline. This is dangerous. Cuts the ball inside. Hits Maston on the left heel and just gone behind before he could try and create a chance to shoot. Nice to see he's taking his gloves off, because I was thinking, what are you doing with your gloves on such a mild evening?
It's isn't it? You just can't legislate for that. I mean, that's gloves in August, isn't it?
Exactly.
Weather.
It is.
This is mild down here. This is balmy down in Wales, isn't it?
He knows what it's like. He's been here a few seasons as well. This is better from Swansea as Grimes breaks through the middle. Here is Danda. Outside is Pedersen again. Pedersen drifts past Dalsgaard, tries to flick the ball back. Danda with a chance. It's looped up in the air and on the top of the netting behind the goal, and it will be a corner. Dangerous from Swansea.
Pedersen is causing Dalsgaard a few problems there. He's very tricky. He's been past him twice in the last 2 minutes, and he gets right to that byline, and he just pulled that back. Danda came running in on this. Brentford got a deflection, and it looped up onto the top of David Raya's net. But those are two good chances, and Pedersen seems to be Swansea's most effective outlet. Swansea corner.
Yeah, Swansea corner on that far side. It's whipped in now, and it's headed away by Pontus Jansson. And they're going to recycle the corner with another cross into the box, and that's going to be easy for Rico Henrys here on this right to clear it. And a good ball up to Brian Mbeumo, and he's looking to see where his options are as he cuts infield. And well, it just looked as if he was rolled over there by Pedersen, who was coming back. So it will be a Brentford free kick.
It's fine. Well, Mbeumo did well there. He sprinted down the wing, took the ball 30 yards on the counter-attack, realised defence was coming across, then cut inland and just cut across Pedersen, cut across him, and it gained Brentford 50 yards up the pitch.
Here is Pontus Jansson. Mark Dreyfus is listening with his partner Katie this evening. Good to have you with us, and everybody who's joining us from wherever you may be around the planet. Here's Pontus Jansson. It's a good game of football here. We're halfway through the first half, and we're seeing some promising signs from Brentford, but Swansea just coming more back into the game now. Ball fired out to that far side to Rico Henry. Ayew doing well to try and mop up at the back, and here's Roberts, turns, clears up to Baston, looking to hold it up, but Okocho gets there first. And now here's Janvier facing his own goal, so he will just bring the ball back inside to Pontus Jansson. Pontus Jansson, a quick 1-2 with Okocho, and now Okocho just stumbled in the centre there and has had the ball taken off him by Baston. Here's Danda, back to Grimes. Oh, nice little flick by Pedersen, back out here to Jake Bidwell. Bidwell touch inside to Grimes. Now he's down to 20 yards outside the penalty area. It goes back to Van der Horn. Square ball back to Grimes once more. And that's a bit of a ferocious pass there from Pedersen. It's gone well past Grimes. He has to run back into his own half to retrieve. Brentford certainly back in shape, as they have been this evening. Very, very well disciplined. And here's Van der Horn again. Ball out to this left-hand side, and here's Pedersen, plays it down the line, looking for Bidwell. That's too much for Bidwell. He can't get there. And so just gets a handshake from Pontus Jansson, but a very entertaining game, Kieran.
It has been. It's been very good, very open. Both sides really pushing forward when they've got the ball, when they have the ball. we've spoken before about, you know, to win away games, you need 7, 8, 9 of your players to have sort of 7, 8 out of 10 performances.
Correct.
And I think so far in this first 20, 25 minutes, we've had that. We've looked, you know, Julian's made a couple of very important interceptions. We've got our fullbacks forwards. You know, the front three, the front four have looked very lively. So far, you'd say there's individually out there for us, there were some good performances at the moment.
Danda played that ball against Pontachance. I think Pontachance is trying to say the ball was out before. It wasn't. Swansea crowd starting to get their voice now.
Good crowd tonight, Mark. About 15,000, you imagine?
Yes, certainly looks that. A lot of coming in late. Good numbers. There's Van der Horn on the far side, plays it down to Roberts. Here's Ayew looking to spin. Back for his second spell at the club. Fulton into the box, and a header there from Jan Danda about 15 yards out, but he can't quite get it either side of David Raya.
Free header there for Danda.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only a pretty small player, but there was no Brentford player. Janssen was a couple of yards off him, but the fact that he ghosted in there was a little bit of a concern that there was a free header.
Oh, lovely touch there by Watkins to Benrahma. Benrahma helps it on to Mbeumo. Benrahma's over here to make an option for De Silva, and he finds into Silva. Benrahma back to De Silva. Little 1-2 with Mbeumo. Benrahma again plays the ball in field. A little bit too intricate there. Oh, and that was poor there from Pontachance, and he's hurt himself in the process. I think he's intimating he's hurt his ankle there, but his foot was too high. He was trying to make a challenge he was never going to win there. Straight into the back of Baston. Always going to be a foul, and he came off worse.
Clever by Pontus there. He looks like he's hurt himself, which he has done, but if you kind of limp around and say to the ref, and now all of a sudden he's walking a little bit better, he didn't get a yellow card, Mark.
Yeah.
Clever. Not that it was a yellow card, but it's one of them ones. Make sure the ref. There he is. He's just struggling, running it off. Yeah.
He's all right now.
Oh, it's man. Amazing that.
It's the greatest comeback since Saturday.
You just knew what Pontus was doing there, just as a referee wanted
You
over.
did. I thought he was genuinely hurt, didn't you, Kieran? I reckon Mick used to do that when he played Sunday League, Kieran. That's how he knows.
It's just the way the referee went over and went, "Are you all right?"
Yeah, all right, son.
Instead of booking him.
Here's Van der Horn out towards Roberts on that right-hand side. Benrahma back to try and challenge, trying to stay with Roberts. Mokotjo is looking for the next ball. As Fulton back out to the wing, and Roberts just about keeps that in play. Here's Jan Danda, who's playing in that role, drifting behind the front man. Ball back near the halfway line. They'll look to build here with Joe Roden, who gets his head down. Challenged by Watkins, tries to play out to this left-hand side. Good foot coming from Mbeumo. Here's De Silva to Norgard. Lovely ball through the centre to Mokotjo. Mokotjo out towards Watkins. Now Watkins against Roden. Watkins charging into the area. Watkins still with the ball, trying to look for options there. As Mokotjo spreads it wide. Here's Benrahma. Benrahma, little step over, goes for the far corner. What a time to score your first goal of the season! An absolute gem on the half an hour from Benrahma. Edge of the box. He curls it in past the keeper. It's Swansea 0, Brentford 1.
What a lovely move that was from our own half. Norgard into Mokotjo, out to Watkins. Watkins back into Mokotjo, out to Benrahma. Benrahma sees his chance, cuts in just from the edge of the area. It was that lovely wicked curl right up into the top corner. What a lovely classy goal by Brentford. Swansea 0, Brentford 1.
That's an absolutely superb team goal. Think Stoke last year almost. But the play there was brilliant. You know, Norgard took the entire Swansea midfield out with a ball into Mokotjo. Mokotjo made the right decision to play out to Ollie. Ollie didn't rush it, and then once it got to side, you knew exactly what side he wanted to do. You wanted to cut back in onto that right foot, and as soon as he left its foot, Woodman knew where that was going, and that was going right in the top corner.
Norgard's pass to Mokotjo was absolutely sublime, and then you've got to say Camo was twice involved in that move and played the right pass at the right time both times. Great midfield player, and what a finish by Benrahma.
Fantastic goal. You know, when he scores goals, they're not often tap-ins, are they? Oh, a strong challenge there by Van der Horn. And it looks like Benrahma's still down. He's not moved at the moment. Here's Ayew, Danda, and yeah, I'm not sure if Brentford players are too happy about this, and the Swansea players sportingly end up putting out a play. The Swansea fans don't like it, but that will allow the Algerian who's just put Brentford in the lead, to get some treatment.
Yeah, it was just on the ankle. Van der Hoorn went through right on it, and it caught Benrahma nastily on the ankle. You don't want to see that. You saw that happen at Reading last year. On the ankle, Benrahma didn't like it. He's been holding that ankle for a little while now, but physio's on there. He's sitting up. Hopefully he'll be able to put some pressure on it. Van der Hoorn comes across, said, "I didn't mean it, son." But like I said, it will be one of them ones where Van der Hoorn was making sure that he took everything on the ball and Benrahma's ankle there.
Yeah, that was a fantastic finish by Benrahma. Going back to the goal, you knew he had that little bit of space. He looked up, he moved the ball a little bit to the right, and he just picked his spot. When the ball was floating in the air, Kieran, you just knew it was going to hit the back of the net. Yeah,
it was one of those. I think Saeed obviously had the best view in the house as well, and he was off celebrating before the ball got in the back of the net as well. But we talked in the car on the way here about, you feel that Saeed's almost there. He's almost there.
Yes.
He's been there for the first half an hour.
He's been magical. Tonight. I mean, Barnsley second half, it was a wonderful display in front of the cameras. Here tonight, he's been on it since minute one. He is Brentford's match winner, Kieran. There's no doubt about it. He's got that little bit of magic in his boots like Hotter does. But when he plays, he's playing like he is here. He gives Brentford that ascendancy. He gives Watkins and Mbeumo that kind of confidence of how he plays. He is a super footballer.
So Brentford lead in the 33rd minute by a goal to nil. Here's Bidwell. Bidwell ball down the line. He's looking for Baston, and he's played back to Raya. Poor first touch from Raya there, but he's fortunate that Baston's first touch was even worse.
I think
and then Raya could just pick that up. Yeah, that was fortunate. You could just see a calamity happening there, and here's Brentford storming forward again. Good run by Rico Henry, linking up with Mbeumo, who's gone out to the left-hand side. Benrahma switched over here onto the right. Brentford still on the front foot, asking questions of Swansea, who haven't been able to settle into this game. Haven't been able to dominate how they like to. It's been Brentford on the front foot from the word go. Here's Makocho, wide to Dalsgaard. Dalsgaard up towards Watkins, tries a little 1-2. Strong challenge in the back. Even Rodon looked at the referee there as if to say, you're going to give a foul for that. And then Watkins just into the back of Rodon. And the referee deciding neither were fouls. Van der Hoorn out to that right-hand side. I honestly couldn't have another steak and ale at half-time, Kieran.
Are you sure?
Yeah, definitely.
So if I bring one back up and sit it next to you, it won't disappear in the second half?
Possibly. Here's Bidwell. Bidwell down on the left-hand side to Pettersson. Halfway inside the Brentford half. What willpower? It's Mike Van der Hoorn on the right-hand side. Oh, Brentford keeping their shape well. They're frustrating the home team here. A few boos and jeers going up from the home team as their usual pace of play is slowed. And that's down to Brentford working hard here. They've got the lead and certainly will want to retain it through the rest of the game and look to build and create more chances when they can. Here's Grimes, halfway inside the Brentford half, tries a cross into the box. It's not a bad one, and Rico Henry, as he knows that Roberts will be coming in behind him, doesn't take any chances and just glances ahead of behind.
Yeah, Grimes, it was a kind of really interesting curling free kick that went over everybody's head on the centre spot, but it bounced, and Rico, taking no chances, made sure he just flicked it away for a Swansea corner. Good defended by Henry. You just can't take them chances, especially on the bouncing ball.
Here comes the corner into the box, and Raya with a very strong punch, almost back into the Swansea half. And here's when Mbeumo showing his pace, getting really tight to Bidwell, showing Bidwell what he can do. Oh, and that's a poor ball given away there by Swansea to Watkins. Watkins coming through the centre. Danda was looking to pull him back, and Mbeumo's making a run. Great ball through to Mbeumo, and oh yes, it's an own goal in the end for Brentford. And Mbeumo was lurking. And can you believe it? The foot came out there. It was Jake Bidwell, I believe, who got his foot to it first. first and just poked it straight past the keeper.
Well, that was a great counter-attack again by Brentford. And what you had was Ollie Watkins racing through the middle. Danda tried to pull him back when Mbeumo was just running through the middle with Jake Bidwell. Watkins played the ball through. It was just too far from Mbeumo, and Jake Bidwell went and toe-poked it right past Woodman, right into the corner of the net. Swansea 0, Brentford 2.
Again, that was all down to the pace that Brentford broke up there. A sloppy ball in midfield. Watkins picked it up and he drove, and Mbeumo just put the afterburners on, and no one could live with him. The ball from Ollie was probably a little bit underplayed, but fortunately, as Bidwell went in to try and take it away from Mbeumo, he's just poked it. I mean, if Mbeumo had done that as a finish, you'd say cracking it to finish.
Absolutely.
He's just poked it into the bottom corner.
You've taken the words out of my mouth. It was a cracking finish, and he couldn't believe it. The other keeper just looked at him in complete disbelief. I'm not sure if what Bidwell was trying to do, whether he was just trying to pass it round the post or get a blocking, thinking Mbeumo was going to get there first. But either way, Brentford lead by 2-0.
Am I right in thinking that Jake Bidwell's 5th goal for Brentford?
Here's Swansea looking to break back. Here's Ayew, crosses the ball into the box. Good strong header away by Dalsgaard up towards Watkins. Watkins was trying to flick it onto Benrahma on that right hand side, but Brentford 2-0 ahead here in 37 minutes. And the hopes are that, they're turning restless.
Yeah, like I say, as Kieran rightly said pre-match, they haven't been playing very well away at home, and you know what we were saying, 1 defeat in 6 against 1 win in 7. It wasn't quite the pre-match confidence that we saw in the press room, and sometimes, you know, you have to just play the game, and Brentford have played this 37 minutes excellently, Mark.
So far so good. Josh Da Silva has had a great game in the midfield. Brentford have lost the ball, but there's Mokotjo looking to win it back. They're working as a unit out there, but a little bit of space here for Ayew. Crosses it into the box, the outside of his foot. Now it comes to Benrahma. He does all he can do. He's just to head it on. Good block there by Mokotjo. Well, lucky Van der Horn was saw the ball rebound back in the centre of the pitch, because either side of him, Brentford have got 3 players waiting to pounce.
Got to say, Mokotjo is super in the middle at the moment. He's just springing. I mean, like I said, he's just a different player from Saturday, Mark.
Well, we're setting traps for them, and the midfield is working as a dream at the moment. Here is Dalsgaard. What a great ball that is through to Benrahma. He looks up, he sees 6 Swansea players around him, but flicks it wide towards Watkins. Watkins into the penalty area, a little step over. Will go for the near corner, and I think it was, it did actually come off the goalkeeper before it's gone behind. I wonder if it may have glanced off the outside of the post as well, but he really caught that, drove for the near post, and Brentford are putting a lot of doubt in the back of Swansea's minds. They are very rattled here.
Swansea are on the ropes, Mark, and I think they need the smelling salts for half-time, because Brentford are beginning to pull them this way and that. Ollie Watkins on the right wing once again fancied his chances, took it onto his right foot, and he was going in the side netting, but Woodman didn't have his angles right, and he just had to palm it away, and here we are at Brentford corner again.
Benrahma to take it. Thomas Rank looking as cool as a cucumber, as you'd expect. Down below us. Here comes the corner on the right side. This one's drifted towards Pontus Jansson. Heads it high up in the air. Dalsgaard looking for the next one. It's beaten by Van der Horn. The ball's just played here, hopefully out to the right hand side by Swansea. And they really have lost their shape at the moment and lost their confidence.
I just think that Brentford have played well, Mark. I just think I think this is a case of Swansea may have underestimated us and looked at, you know, beating us so well last season in 3 attempts. Football isn't like that, and Brentford have played really well, and Swansea have struggled to cope with us.
There's Benrahma, a little flick back to Mokotjo. Mokotjo missed it, and good skills here in the centre by Grimes. Wide to Ayew, and Pontus Jansson with a strong header out. What you feel now, Kieran, is Brentford don't want to concede before half-time, because they've been dominant in this first half. They've got the second goal was slightly fortuitous, but as Mick has said, you know, it was if Bidwell wasn't there, Mbeumo may have well finished himself anyway, so we'll take it.
That'll be exactly Thomas's thought plan now. Nothing stupid for the next 5 minutes. Get in at 2-0 up, get in at 2-0, and force Swansea to come out after the break and really try and push themselves onto us and hit them on the break.
Yeah. which Brentford do well, and they've been working hard. Benrahma now onto this right-hand side. He's been tracking back brilliantly this evening.
I tell you, Mokotjo and Benrahma,
really
the amount of miles they put in today already in this first half, it's been a revelation. We were talking about fitness and levels and stuff like that, but Brentford look fitter than Swansea today.
Yeah.
You actually look at, it may be 5 changes have upset Swansea, but far from it. But Brentford as a cohesive unit look a lot stronger, and this 11 look a very good 11 at the moment.
They have looked very good out there. But some defending to do here. As the ball's wide to Roberts, drills the ball into the box. It hits Christian Norgard, and it's cleared by Josh Da Silva, who's looked commanding in that midfield.
Da Silva has that strength in his game. It's one of these things, and he's got goals in his game as well, which is what we've been lacking in midfield. You know, you look to Norgard and Jensen and you wonder where we're going to get the goals from. Da Silva, you get the feeling, would pop up with a goal, and he has done. He's popped up with 2 already this season, two vital goals that have won us points in that already. And you get your midfielder chipping in with goals, Mark. That takes the heat off Watkins, you know.
And, with Benrahma getting that goal, of course, is only the second to score away from home this season. Here's Pedersen looking to take on Dalsgaard, and well done Benrahma there, coming back to double up. That just put a little bit of doubt in Pedersen's mind. That ball was cleared and picked up by Brentford, but Swansea win it back. Pedersen is free again on this left-hand side as it's fired out to him by Grimes. Whips the ball into the box, and it's come off Ayew, and it spins behind for a goal kick. Good defending there from Brentford. We're into the 43rd minute, and we can't have been more impressed, mate. Yeah,
like I said, good defending again there by Jeanvier. Everybody doing their jobs. You look at that. Ayew was in there for a header. Jeanvier doing what he does well, just putting him off. Ayew with a header that goes harmlessly wide. Thomas Frank will be really pleased about this. You talked about setting traps for Swansea, Mark. They've set the traps perfectly. The game plan has worked very well. We did this in the cup tie where we played a very good half against Swansea, and in the second half it didn't go so well. But Swansea don't have Dan James tonight, and that's a big thing for Swansea. You actually look at it, it's one of these things that Brentford are in control of this game, and if they get into half-time 2-0, they'll really be in the box seat.
That was exactly the point I was about to make. You can see how much further up the pitch and how much more comfortable we are knowing that they do not have Dan James's pace. Yeah, we're 15 yards further up the pitch than we were here last year, because we got torn apart twice by James.
You know that James is a one-off player with that kind of pace. He was the paciest player in the Championship.
On a pitch like this.
And we just couldn't affect him at all. And like I said, it's a totally different game now.
Here's Danda. 20 yards outside the penalty area, goes wide to Connor Roberts, back inside to Danda. Danda comes in field. Grimes is available. He finds Grimes, who has to stretch, but drives left-footed. Good save by Raya down to his left-hand side. He had to be alert there, the Brentford keeper, and then Rico Henry helps it into touch. Good save there by David Raya.
Good midfield player by Swansea. Danda fed Grimes, and he just unleashed a left foot there, shot from just about 20-22 yards, but David Raya well down to his left. Good palm away, good strong palm away, and that's where Raya's very good. Doesn't have much to do, but when he does, he's certainly alert.
Van der Horn floats the ball in the box, and well, it went behind Dalsgaard. It's picked up by Pedersen, and Buemo's back there looking to defend. It's then wide to Bidwell. Good ball in the box by Bidwell. It's away by Christian Norgard. Pedersen gets to the ball. Brentford struggling to clear it. They do eventually with Dalsgaard, but Brentford can't hang on to the second ball here. Here's Bidwell once more. Mokotjo back defending. It's just played in towards Grimes. Grimes to the edge of the box. Here's Danda again. Curls it for the far corner, but it's gone about 5 yards wide. And Brentford have worked very, very hard in this first half. There's literally 30 seconds left before we see any potential time added on in this first half, which I can only imagine is the 30 seconds or so for Pontus Jansson.
Maybe a little bit for Saeed been down as well, but you can't imagine it'll be more than a minute, 2 at most.
I think most of the Swansea faithful have decided it's...
they've had enough. They've gone off for their half-time cuppers. And there will be a few murmurs around the ground as they'll be looking how then they get into this game with Brentford playing so well. We've got 2 minutes of time added on at the end of this first half. Here's Rico Henry, level with a penalty, looking to get a cross in, tries to go past Fulton. Oh, Rico Henry's done well. They're battling to try and win the ball back, and he's got his foot in there as they tried to clear it in the end with Connor Roberts. He's come off Rico Henry last, but it's run the clock down, just what we want. Thomas Frank there just wandered outside his technical area, just saying push high up the pitch, don't allow Swansea to get downfield. You can see there's a mass exodus here, Kieran, just on the break. They've had enough.
They must be off for their steak pies as well.
Yeah.
He's on a mission, Kieran, isn't he? He's going to be...
he's going to come up with 4, isn't he?
Yeah, I know.
Freddie Woodman goes long. Up goes Christian Norgard. Flicked on them by Watkins, who was looking for Ben Rama. Van der Horn goes forward. Rico Henry allows the ball to be chested down, then launches it forward. Now there's an offside there on Ben Rama. He wasn't far offside, but just strayed about half a yard. Van der Horn takes the free kick just outside his own penalty area. It goes to Rodon, back to Van der Horn, then to the skipper, Matt Grimes, and out to Bidwell right on the halfway line. Helps it down the line, but only helped it out of play. Frustration for the former Brentford man.
Yeah, complete performance from Thomas Frank's side in this first half. He'll be really, really pleased. After Saturday, you wanted momentum from that last-minute winner, and they've certainly carried this forward in playing really well in this first 45 minutes.
Ben Rama, great skills again, and he just tried to put that into the path of Watkins on the near side. Brentford have read the next ball. They're straight into Ayew, and it'll come to Watkins. Watkins against Roberts. Plays the ball infield to De Silva. De Silva to Makocho. A little ball up to Ben Rama. Back towards Christian Norgard. Through to Mbuemo. Then back to Norgard again. Lovely football here from Brentford. They just see the half out brilliantly. Boos ring round the Liberty Stadium here at the home team. But you can't do anything but turn to the left and see all the Brentford fans, boys and girls, on their feet, applauding their team off, and rightly so. It's been a masterclass in this first half. It's Swansea 0, Brentford 2, and thoroughly deserved. So we're set for the second half. Couple of changes from Swansea, and a couple of pies at about 11 o'clock to my left, which I can't see very well out the corner of my eye. Tempting there, but determined to get through the second half without indulging. We're off. Brentford lead by 2 goals to 0. Here's Swansea down the left-hand side, looking for Pedersen, who'd been one of their most promising outlets in the first half. Norgard helps the ball on. Watkins coming back from an offside position.
Be interested to see Norgard. Norgard's going straight to Selina, and he's actually man-marking him, so be interesting because Selina does drift on.
Oh, the ball's given away there. Here's Ben Rama in the box. Watkins there by himself at the moment, comes back to Makocho. Makocho plays it then back to Mbuemo. Mbuemo's had to let the ball run across him. He will retain possession for Brentford, but they nearly put themselves in trouble there, Swansea. Here's Dalsgaard, cuts in field. Norgard being closed down. Makocho. There was a good challenge came in through from the substitute Byers. Now Brentford trying to get round the back here with De Silva. The ball's played out on the far side by Rodon. Couldn't take any chances. Brentford started the second half positively. Hope you're all enjoying the evening. You'll certainly be enjoying the scoreline. And been enjoying Mick's move back to the 70s with some saucy, risque comments throughout the evening with Master Chef supplied by Kieran Brett and his Swansea friends. Here's Van der Horn, the ball upfield. Brentford win it back with here's De Silva, got the ball from Pontus Jansson. Norgard out to Mbuemo. All very tidy from Brentford so far tonight. Here's Christian Norgard under pressure. Down to De Silva. De Silva trying to inject a little bit of pace. Strong here. Good run by De Silva into the box. Cuts the ball back. Well, only an interception there from Byers. Stop Brentford with a gilt-edged opportunity to go 3-0 up.
Super play by Josh De Silva. He was down the right-hand touchline, and it's just strength and power that he powered into the Swansea area, cut it back, with just a Swansea defender got in front of Ben Rama.
Dropping the shoulder there, did really well. Back to Dalsgaard. Dalsgaard chance to get a cross in here. He's won a corner in front of the Brentford fans away to our left.
And as you said, Mark, a strong start with tidy football again. It's just a continuation, and that's what you want to see. No let up in level. Been very tidy. Swansea have been pressing, but they can't get near us. Our possession football has been just as good as we've seen it on the eye this season. You know, we can see the flowing stuff, but the tight stuff in possession. Brentford corner.
Brentford corner on the far side. We're into the 48th minute, and this will be taken by Benrahma. This is floated high, looking for Janvier, who helps it back across, and the keeper held onto that well. Freddie Woodman. That's a good move there, floating in at the far post, and he's volleyed that back into the danger area, but the keeper's held onto that well. If he spills that, plenty of Brentford players getting forward, and once again they're under pressure, and it's back into the box for Watkins to Benrahma. Good feet from Benrahma. Watkins again, and he's just been dispossessed in the area. But there's Janvier with a challenge in the back there of Borja Basson. Nothing given. There's Bidwell on the left-hand side, but Brentford much quicker to the ball than Swansea tonight. They're winning the ball back, and they've gone close to setting up a chance for the third this evening. And you do think another goal, Mick, will just kill the game off. In the meantime, here's Ayew coming forward. Ayew looking for a shot himself. He's come back to Tina, goes to the far corner, 10 yards wide.
That was better by Swansea. Ayew just saw an opportunity to have a shot, just shot from outside the area, deflected back to Selina. Selina decided to have a shot from even further out, but that was no threat to Raya's goal. But as Mark said, just got the chance there with Watkins and Benrahma, with Norgard winning the ball, mopping everything up in the middle of the park. Got a chance here to really kill Swansea off, with Janvier just having a shot from a corner set piece. We've really got a chance here to really take Swansea out of the game.
Dalsgaard fires a ball upfield. It's Swansea winning the ball back on the far side. Played in field. Ayew just trying to flick the ball through. Good defending there at the back. Janvier strong. Benrahma linking up with Watkins. Ball back inside. So Benrahma wasn't quite the best. And Watkins on the stretch there. And, well, that was ridiculous from Connor Roberts. He thought he was going to get the foul. They just saw he wasn't. Then decided to roll over. Then when he saw Swansea were back in play, he got up quickly. We'll come back to that in a minute as the ball peels away on that far side. It hasn't quite gone out for a corner, but Mick, that was play acting at its worst.
He was like almost doing a penguin dance on the floor, wasn't it?
It was. He's
flapping around.
Yeah, he was flapping around. I've not seen anything like that for some time. Have you, Kieran?
No. Gavin Ward is very keen to play the advantage, but I'm not sure. A couple of times for Swansea, and at least once for us, I'm not sure either of us or Swansea actually wanted to play the advantage. No. But he's very keen for it to be played.
Oh, great ball there by Josh Da Silva. First time ball out to Watkins. Watkins charging forward into the box. Ollie Watkins cuts back on his right foot, trying to create space. Goes for the near post. Really good effort there from Watkins. And the keeper, Freddie Woodman, alert down to his right-hand side to save. Excellent there from Ollie Watkins. Trying to give the keeper the eyes. He was going for the far corner. Drew his foot back to try and place it into the near corner. And Brentford very close to testing the keeper enough to spill that one into the back of the net. Really good from Ollie Watkins. Brentford breaking and showing Swansea what they can do. Here are Swansea breaking down the left-hand side. Decent run here by Pedersen. Good challenge comes in by Christian Norgard. Wins the ball back. It's played up towards Mbeumo. Mbeumo's gone down this time. He appeals for a foul. Again, Gavin Ward happy for play to go on. Here's Van der Horn just outside the centre circle. Everyone inside the Brentford half now. Byers through the centre. Tulina, lovely ball through to Basson. Can't quite get enough on it. Really good block there at the back by Janvier once again. Made sure that Basson knew he was there. Couldn't really make good contact. And it just dribbles apologetically into the arms of David Raya. Good defending there.
It was good defending. Selina just dropping a little bit deeper. Just got the better Norgard there and just slipped the ball to Basson. And he just couldn't get the effect on it. But Raya had it well covered anyway. Lovely play by Ollie Watkins 2 minutes ago. He kind of cut out in on he drew out on the left wing and he just cut in and he just went for the near post. Another good save by Woodman. He's made 2 good saves in this second half.
Here's Byers in the centre. Plays it through to Joe Roden over the halfway line. Little bit of space on the far side. Once again, they're looking to take on Dalsgaard. That's a good shot. Not far past the far post. Really good effort there from Pedersen. He's caused Dalsgaard a few problems all evening, and that was just inches past the post.
That was a super bit of wing play. That was very Benrahma-like. He cut in just like Benrahma. This time he let fly from about 20 yards, and it just
inches
went
past
past
the
Raya's post. That was an excellent effort, Swansea's best effort by a mile.
Yeah, just seeing the replay there. It looked thoroughly close because you could see the fans behind the goal. Some of them were off their feet. But ball's then played out by Raya to Mbeumo on the far side. This is a decent spell here from Swansea, trying to get up ahead of steam. 53 minutes gone. On this right-hand side is Ayew. Rico Henry dispossesses him. Great play by Rico Henry. Links up well with Benrahma. It's played inside to De Silva. De Silva sees a run of Mokotjo, then gets his head down to Watkins. Watkins is going to just play it on wide to Mbeumo. Mbeumo's going to take on Bidwell. Little step over down to the byline, then checks back again, and he wins a corner. You just wonder, with Brentford with bodies forward, if they could have done a little bit better there.
It's interesting, Brian Mbeumo, he just went on the right-hand side rather than cutting in on the left-hand side. He just wondered the Bidwell backpedaling there. Mbeumo on the right-hand side. Bidwell just flew at it, and Brentford have got a corner. But once again, a lovely run by Josh De Silva, running at the heart of the Swansea midfield, struggling to cope with him tonight.
Brentford in no hurry to take that. The referee just pointing to his watch. In the meantime, we've lost a pie. There were 2 pies here a minute ago, Mick.
Like
Where's it gone? It's not me.
Where's the phantom?
It's not me. Here comes the corner on the far side. Up goes the left arm of Benrahma. This is high, away from goal. Good header there. Oh, Watkins nearly getting to the back of that. Comes to Mbeumo, and eventually there is a foul in the penalty area, and Mbeumo goes over in the process as well. A few cheers from the Swansea faithful. Benrahma just come out to this near side to say something to Connor Roberts.
And Mbeumo went to ground in the box now. Janvier looked like he was about to get involved again, a la Saturday. But clearly the 2 other French speakers sticking up a bit for Brian next. It looked like Roberts just flung him to the floor after the free kick was given. But what you have to say this evening, we've looked very dangerous from set pieces. The first two drilled low in the first half, and then a couple here in the second half that have been causing problems.
It has been, on 55 minutes, it has been a consummate professional performance, and Rico Henry's now gone down, who's charging in for the ball there, and we're just going to get a little bit of a break in play whilst the referee comes over and says to him, "Okay, you're okay. You don't need the physio. You can just run this one off."
I think the referee just having a word with Roberts, because it was Roberts who was involved in that challenge, and Henry as well. From here, it looked like there was a little flick out from Roberts. I think Gavin Moore was just telling him to calm it down, because Ollie Watkins was definitely making the suggestions to the referee that Roberts knew exactly what he was doing there to leave Rico on the floor.
Yeah, it was almost like a blade across the knee as Rico was on the floor there, that I just saw Rico feeling his knee. It was just almost not like he was trodden on, but just kind of he knew that Rico was there.
Oh, well done. Brian Mbeumo picks their pocket, and he's breaking forward. Brentford have got numbers here. Mbeumo! Goal! What a goal from Brian Mbeumo! Absolutely fantastic. Picks his spot in the far corner and puts Brentford 3 goals up.
What a super bit of play, Mark. Brian Mbeumo breaking through down that right wing, and he cut in, and there was only one thing he was going to do. Brentford were on rushing with loads of attackers in the penalty area, but Mbeumo only had one sight on goal, and he curled that left corner right into the corner of the net. Oh, what a stunning goal that was. Swansea 0, Brentford 3, 56 played.
Excellent from Mbeumo, first to read the pass through, intercepted a brilliant run there as well from Mokotjo. Just opened up that space from Mbeumo to cut inside, and that's another one that, you know, you look at that angle from behind. As soon as that left Mbeumo's foot, he knew where that was going, and it's just nestled in that far corner.
Super finish. 2 fantastic goals by Benrahma and Mbeumo. If you get a chance to see them in the next 5-10 minutes, please do. But those are the sort of goals that get you off your seat, Mark.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Apologies for shouting over you there, Mark.
Oh, that's no problem. It was, well, I think it took us all by surprise, because what impressed there was he just picked his play, picked the spot in the far corner and placed it there.
Oh, it's a super finish. I mean, power, pace and precision. That was a super finish by Mbeumo.
Well, now they've got a mountain to climb, and Brentford are going to look very, very comfortable here. Here's Ayew on this right-hand side. Is a man who's been very flustered, Roberts. Ayew tried to play it back to him, but easy for Brentford. Here's Rico Henry. De Silva breaking through the middle. He's trying to play a ball through to Watkins. That wasn't far off being the perfect ball. Just a little bit too much weight on it. Ollie Watkins will want to get on the score sheet tonight now, Mick. He'll be feeling left out. But he won't mind with his team 3-0 up. Ball played into the box there by Swansea. Easily cleared by Pontus-Jansson. And a little high five with David Raya as he clears that one.
Very valid point, Mark. Brentford scored 3 on Saturday and 3 tonight. And Ollie Watkins has only got 1 of them.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's what I have to say. We want to see the goals spread out.
Exactly. But it's the old thing of only Watkins scores the goals. Well, we've scored 6 in 3 days.
Ball played through there. Good. Pontus-Jansson had to win that. Batson was just behind him. Ayew flicks it out to this near side to Roberts. Roberts back here to Van der Horn. Swansea shell-shocked here. Here's Roden, who lost the ball up towards Mbeumo. You could tell Kieran, aka Admin, that he just that Mbeumo, he'd seen the pass and he knew it was under hit, and he knew it was his. And Brentford were breaking forward. He had options there, but with the good runs that Watkins had made there, he pulled a little bit of space. And there's Freddie Woodman thinking, I don't know which way this is going. Is he going to pass? Which way do I go? And before he's had time to set, he's just sort of passed it into the far corner at pace, and
it's all
brilliant goal.
So much of that. We might not need a break again here.
Yeah, here we go. Ben Rama once more out to Josh De Silva. Brentford got bodies on the edge of the box. Josh De Silva just holding it up a bit. Mikocho runs over the balls, hoping Ollie Watkins was behind him. Watkins just shrugs his shoulders, says, I wasn't there. And now Swansea can break. Chelina's run a good 40 yards here. Plays it out to the far side. Pedersen looking to take on Dalsgaard once more. Dalsgaard stays with him. Dalsgaard does well, just reaches out and takes the ball off him, and Pedersen's head drops there. And Dalsgaard goes down the right channel looking for the pace of Watkins. It's headed forward. There's no one in the midfield. It's picked up easily by Swansea. Here they come again, this time with the substitute Byers. But a poor ball bay through the middle allows Brentford to pick it off quite quickly. Here's Christian Norgard, gets the ball out of his feet before he's challenged to Rico Henry. Just a bit of a heavy touch, but then plays it back to Raya. Raya, edge of the box, opens his body up, plays it downfield. Van der Horn just cushions that one down nicely. Short pass forward. Here's Byers once more on this right hand side. Ayew makes a run, but that's a poor ball through, and Janvier just steps up, says thank you very much. Here's Watkins. Watkins can link up here with the man who's got that 3rd goal, Brian Mbeumo, his 3rd of the season, as Mick continues to try and die us on the near side. Even 3 goals aren't doing the trick for Mick Cavill here this evening.
What you'd really want to see now, and hopefully this is where Pontus and Christian can use their experiences, let's not go hunting for a goal. Let's not do anything silly in the next 5-10 minutes and give Swansea a way back into us. You know, we don't have to go and score 4 or 5 in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Let's just keep possession, keep the ball, get this clock down, and make Swansea even more desperate to come onto us, and then we can pick them off.
Oh, Bidwell on the stretch there, and he actually tried to, as we've seen many times, he used to slide in for the ball, and as he slid in for it, he's touched it with his hand, and we've caught Kieran mid mouthful there.
I was just waiting for you to say Kieran. What do you think?
We won't go back to Kieran at the moment, because he's like a hamster on fire.
You could just feel the ascendancy gone from Swansea. They started to try and at 2-0 to try and get back in the game with a couple of shots, and Pedersen had a really good shot, but that goal's taken the wind out the sails of the crowd as well. You can feel how quiet it is.
They've had the fun knocked out of them there this evening. They broke out with some of the local songs just after half-time, but Brentford's 3rd goal seems to have knocked the stuffing out of them altogether, and the team as well. Here's De Silva, lovely little drop of the shoulder, then plays a great ball through to Watkins. Watkins can try and spin and play that out to Mbeumo, and he's done that. It does find Mbeumo. The referee happy with a play to go on. Mbeumo, edge of the box, lovely ball back to Watkins. Watkins on a tight angle, holds the ball up, goes back to Mbeumo once again. Across the Ben Rama, just tries to pass it into the near corner, and can't quite find the right angle, but great football once again. And Kieran, are you back with us? You are back with us. All good. Get the thumbs up.
That was like a 4th goal, that, Mike.
I didn't know it was that good. Here's Pedersen breaking forward on the left-hand side into the box. Good block by Dalsgaard. It's floated to the far post. Janvier had to stretch to that one and did well to head it on. Benrahma from the edge of the box can't quite clear it. They managed to retain possession. Swansea, good ball floated over into the box and a good header again. Away by Janvier. And De Silva can't get to the next ball. Here's Ayew just there ahead of Norgard. Bidwell onto the far side. Back in field here to Grimes. Good ball into the box, but easy for Ray. Ray left the ball behind him. And Brentford just about managed to get it clear in the end. A little bit fortunate. A little bit casual there was David Raya. Brentford lucky to get away with it, but here's Pedersen. Pedersen back into the box, and then it's shanked behind there by Pontus Jansson. David Raya puts his hands up, high five with Pontus Jansson, and he apologises, does the Brentford goalkeeper, to his teammates. Unfortunately, nothing came of it. They'll look to defend this corner. 63 minutes gone. It's Swansea 0, Brentford 3.
Yeah, it was just a little bit casual by Raya there. He was very lucky that he's just swept that up.
He just left the ball behind him. Here comes the corner. It's whipped in and it's glanced away by Janvier. He's been magical at the back tonight. The ball's whipped back in and Janvier deals with that once more.
You almost didn't need to say who was clearer. Janvier's got a head or a foot to pretty much everything that's come into the box tonight.
He's had a really good performance at the back here.
There's Grimes, 30 yards outside the penalty area. Goes wide to Bidwell. Just come in field a little bit. Here is Tolina, who's having to play deep. He comes back towards Rodon and wide to Van der Horn. They're going sideways here across the pitch. Brentford keeping their shape well once more, covering the runs, and well, they're just, this is what they're doing. They're outpacing Swansea as they're making the runs. Brentford are going with it. And Brentford stretch the play again from Benrahma out to the far side. He's looking for Watkins there.
I think the flick from Ayew, it's fine when it's 0-0 or 1-0 or whatever. When you're 3-0 down and you're flicking it to no one, it's the sort of thing that really gets the crowd agitated.
Go across field here, looking for using the pitch for Roberts. He's cut it back to Ayew in a lot of space here. Janvier stays with him. Janvier rock again at the back. Just held his position.
Watch the ball. And that's exactly Ayew was going left and right like a slalom skier, and Janvier just put his foot on the ball and kicked it out for a corner. Yeah,
corner about to come in. Everybody back for Brentford. Rodon going forward as well. Just Bidwell the furthest back with Connor Roberts on the right. In comes the corner now. It's cleared away towards the edge of the box. Benrahma flicks it onto Mokotjo. Mokotjo sees Mbeumo on the far side. If he can find him, they can't get the crossfield ball in. Janvier just lets it run across him, and now it's back with David Raya. But Brentford weren't far away there, Mick, from being on a break again.
Yeah, Camo was just held back. It was good defending by Swansea, though. Just forced him back, but he did well.
Lovely ball by Christian Norgard to Mbeumo, who's looking a real player this evening. Everything we hoped he would be. And here he is on the right-hand side again. Couldn't quite get the ball there from Mokotjo, and he's just taken down his man on the far side, which is Jake Bidwell, who scored Brentford's second goal tonight. He's got another pie. That's unbelievable. I know there's one left, Kieran. I know that means you've had two, and are you pointing to the fact that's going to be number 3? This is unbelievable here.
Well, Brentford have had 3.
Incredible scenes here in the press box as Kieran Brett has made his intention clear. He's going for a hat-trick of pies after a curry and pick and mix. Here's Swansea breaking through the centre. Good play here from the home team. They've isolated Brentford at the back, but oh, what a great run there by Mokotjo to mop up at the back. When Dalsgaard was beaten, Mokotjo was there, and Brentford can clear it upfield with the South African. It's headed on by Ollie Watkins. This has been the teamwork of this evening. I'm going to give up with Kieran because he's just eating this second half. It's been excellent from Brentford. In all seriousness, the teamwork tonight
You've got to say,
incredible.
2 players that stood out for me tonight. It's Mokotjo in the middle and Janvier at the back. You go on about Brentford and the headlines will be scoring 3 goals, but the actual thing is it's the team ethic.
Here comes the ball whipped into the box. Pontus Jansson there to clear this time. Up goes Mbeumo. It comes back towards the edge of the box. Basson. It's cleared there by Dalsgaard. towards Mokotjo, plays a nice pass out to Benrahma on this near side. Benrahma getting the ball under control, turns back in field, sees Watkins as his only option, plays it to Watkins, who plays it back to Norgard. Norgard can help this on to De Silva. Brentford playing keep ball.
A storming game in the middle, De Silva.
Yeah, he has been fantastic.
You know.
Mokotjo's been fantastic.
Yeah.
Norgard's been fantastic.
Yeah.
They've all been 9 out of 10 tonight, mate.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at this, and I was looking at Janvier, because I'm trying to think of players that you would go for Mbeumo because he's been such a threat. Just look at it, Benrahma for the super goal in the 30 minutes where he just brought Brentford to life. But you're looking at Janvier, Norgard. These are players that are just doing their job, but doing it so well that Swansea can't actually get anywhere near them.
Janvier with a floated ball out to the right-hand side. Mokotjo trying to win that back off Grimes. Good ball up to Basson up front. Using the width of the pitch well to find Roberts on this right-hand side. Over comes De Silva. Good ball into the box. It breaks away, and Norgard helps that on into the path of Mokotjo. He sees Benrahma in space, kills it beautifully. Benrahma, Cutneyfield sees the run of Watkins on this near side, trying to take on Rodon. Watkins holds it up, 66 minutes gone. As Benrahma tried to flick it back through to Watkins, who got ahead of Rodon there, couldn't quite get the ball ahead, and the referee is just...
no, Pontus taking a knock on the head.
There's a head injury to Pontus Jansson, so Brentford are going to make a substitution. Valencia, who had a nice little cameo the other day, he's going to be coming on, and Swansea play their last roll of the dice with Surridge coming on.
Yeah, Valencia coming on for Mark. Who do you reckon?
Well, you wouldn't want to take any of them off. That's the thing. But I think he may be looking to take off Mbeumo on the right-hand side. And Mbeumo is making his way over here. Yes, it looks like as if he knows the man is being signalled. We can't actually see the. I think they need new batteries in the board down there.
Yes,
you can't see.
Number 16's coming on and nobody's coming on.
Yeah, exactly. It's not working on one side. So Bryan Mbeumo, third of the season, 2 in 2 for him.
2 in 2, and 2 good goals, and brought us to life. And with Sergi's injury, it was important for Mbeumo to make a statement in the team. In the last 2 games, look at his beaming smile down there, high-fiving every one of the backroom team. So he's beginning to feel settled. He's beginning to find his way in Championship football. He looks a happy chappy down there.
And the one thing that we knew with the highlights reel we'd seen of his career, Kieran, before the start of the season, he scores stunning goals.
He does. And I just seen a replay of his goal tonight on Twitter. And it's actually a better finish than it's from further out than I think you think in real time. It's probably a good 25 yards. And Woodman just watches it. He knows exactly where that's going as it leaves Mbeumo's foot, and he just watches it into that far corner.
Well, Baton is off and Surridge is on. Ball's played to this right-hand side, and they're appealing for handball, but off Rico Henry, but the flag had already gone up for offside, and Rico Henry only had the hand up because he knew it was about 3 or 4 yards offside. A little bit risky all the same, though, Mick. It's not something you want to see all the time. Here's Rico Henry out towards Benrahma, the flicks there, and he just got taken out in the process. Kevin O'Connor's down there saying his piece to the fourth official, who's just saying, just calm down a second. We've seen it. You're getting the foul.
It's Roberts again. I think he's just had enough of Benrahma's trickery against him.
When you're 3-0 down, you can see he's got the red mist there, and like I said, he's stomping around Connor Roberts. He hasn't got anywhere near Benrahma there. Benrahma made him look foolish again, so he thought, right, I'll just put him on the seat of his pants once more.
Oh, Kieran, you know, Kieran's nearly lost his fancy water bottle now.
It's all right, as long as it's not a pie.
Oh, we won't be losing that, don't worry. I think there's only one place that pie's going.
My lawyers will be in touch about flying there.
Rico Henry down the left-hand side. I've got a hell of a case for the defence. Don't worry. Oh, more tricks from Benrahma. Benrahma's through into the box here. Goes for a far corner. Oh, just past. That would have been a spectacular goal. Fantastic football from Brentford. Harlem Globetrotter stuff once again. Even the locals applauding that.
Magical trickery by Benrahma. It's like little twinkle toes going through the penalty area there, and he knew what he wanted to do. He doesn't want to hit it into the net, he wanted to curl it into the net, and he set the ball out so wide, but it was coming back, but it's just far past the post. Here we come again.
Yeah, here's Valencia with his first involvement this evening. To Dalsgaard, back to Valencia again. We're into the 72nd minute, and ball played down the right hand side, and if Bidwell's thinking, well, I've had one pace man to deal with, and I'm now running on empty a bit with all the tracking back I've had to do this evening, and now I've got another pacey winger to deal with. But here at Swansea, they will need a goal back quickly. Here's Ayew on the edge of the box. Valencia tracking back as well now on the right. Janvier stays with Ayew. It's back to Ayew again, trying to go for goal. Good block there once more. Janvier involved. Here's Benrahma. Benrahma, it's circus time now.
Yeah, it is.
Lovely ball in field. Here's De Silva driving forward 20-30 yards. He's looking for options. Short ball to Benrahma. Benrahma helps it on to Watkins. Great football once again from Brentford. They've got three forward here. Watkins on his right foot goes for the near corner, and it's defended well there by Rodon, and it spins behind for another Brentford corner.
What you'd say about Saeed is that there's plenty of tricks and flicks out there, but they're all doing something. It's not he's not doing a trick for the sake of doing a trick tonight. Everything he's done has got him round a defender, or got him past someone, or got the ball to someone else.
I always think Benrahma doesn't gain you a yard in his tricks, he gains you 5 yards, and that's the difference, because he plays the ball into space and into stride, and that ball into Ollie Watkins there gave Ollie a couple of yards to play with.
Here's Benrahma. Oh, gets the ball back well from Makocho from the corner. Benrahma. Oh, lovely run by Benrahma. Tries to cut the ball back. It's come off Dalsgaard in the end. It spins high in the air. Norgard challenging for this one. Norgard wanted it more. Gets the header down, and it's cleared straight up in the air. Not convincingly by Swansea. Rico Henry, a nice header back towards Benrahma on the stretch. He's just overextended himself there, just pulls his socks up, to have a little bit of a break. He's been spectacular. I think the hardest job for us tonight will be to pick out a man of the match. We may all have our views, but they've been outstanding as a team.
They have. He's got to be the most difficult man of the match of the season, I think, Mark, because there is at least 6 candidates, and the other 5 haven't been bad.
No. Ayew out towards Pedersen, but that's too heavy, and that spins off the wet surface. Jensen's going to come on as well in a second, which will give us a little bit more culture in the midfield, as if we didn't have enough already.
That's not something Swansea are particularly looking forward to, seeing Matthias Jensen come on.
Matthias Jensen come on. We still don't know who's coming off, because the Sky Bet board,
Josh De Silva, I think,
hasn't got any batteries on the left-hand side of it, so the left-hand side number is not coming off. Josh De Silva comes off. He's been outstanding tonight.
He is starting to look some midfield player. Like I said, away from home and at home, he's got something about his game that our midfield doesn't have, and that is strength and power. And it's not only what he's doing with the goals, it's he's breaking into the box. He's getting a great big hug from Brian Riemer. They know that that was a great performance by De Silva in the middle today.
Yeah, and the Brentford manager, Thomas Frank, who's tracksuit man this evening. He's not man at CNA as we normally see at Griffin Park. Very, very stylish. He's enjoyed that, been very comfortable in his clothing, and have been comfortable with the scoreline from half an hour. And it's been a wonderful performance. And he grabbed Josh De Silva and just had an extended word with him and just said, that is magnificent. Show me that every time you step onto the park, and you're going to be some player. Here's Ayew, another one of those flicks which come off this time as the ball's played into the box, and it's Brentford's turn to nearly score an own goal. Danger not over yet, and Brentford great defending again. Looked like Swansea might be getting one back there, and just making a very nervous finish for Brentford. Here's Ollie Watkins, holds onto the ball down towards Benrahma. Brentford are doing everything, Kieran, to make sure they take a clean sheet back with them as well.
Excellent, excellent from Pontus there. Just made himself big, got himself in the way of the ball. So as you say, it's still 12 minutes to go. 3-1's a slightly different scoreline.
Yeah.
But Pontus just got himself in the way there. Was over my dead body sort of block.
Here's Ayew. Ayew in field. Rico Henry stays with him. Another cross-field ball out there towards Pedersen. on the edge of the box. Bidwell on the overlap. Little ball inside and great defending by Dalsgaard. And Bidwell stretched up here, and Brentford can try and exploit this because there's a gap on the right-hand side if they move the ball quickly. Valencia onto Watkins. Watkins furthest forward. Going to try and run the defender down into the box. Just leaves the ball behind him. It gets it back. Here is Valencia. Valencia just holds on to it. Brentford keeping possession. Norgard, Mokotjo, allowing Swansea to be drawn to them. Ole's going up from the Brentford fans behind the goal. Here's Mokotjo once more. Pontus Jansson out to Dalsgaard. And David Raya spots his man free on this near side. Rico Henry, good powerful leap and a decent header forward as well. Puts the ball back in Swansea's half. Then Rico Henry controls the ball nicely on this near side. I think it's a Brentford throw. He's done well, Rico Henry. He's put so much into this evening. And he's getting fitter and fitter, which is what he needs to do, as he's establishing himself as without doubt one of the best left backs in the division, which was always going to be the way for him to put the worst throw in this season. And it's given Swansea a chance as Raya gets the shot there from Pettersson, but he just set up a Swansea attack with that throw. That's about the worst throw you'll ever see. Straight to the opposition.
Straight to the opposition to break.
Yes, to break.
He heard you, Mark, didn't he?
Dalsgaard heads that on to Valencia. Great header by Dalsgaard. Valencia gets it under control. He's got Watkins forward. Benrahma's there as well. He's fired the ball in quickly. He breaks back to Valencia. He's got Mokotjo there to help him. Little touchback from Mokotjo to Valencia was a bit short, and Valencia's had to stretch into that, and a strong challenge came in, went through Valencia, but a fair one according to the referee from Byers, and the clock runs down at 79 minutes gone. Kieran.
This is when you see Brentford at our best here. We're 3-0 up away from home. That counter-attack, you had 5 Brentford players streaming forward. This is when we're really clicking, when we're really confident, really powerless. You just have players bombing forward as much as they can.
Well, that looked like Valencia's shirt was pulled there, and they've got their arm stretched to the referee. How come you didn't see that? Mokotjo saying that was as clear as day.
Should you say, Brentford totally in control here. Swansea are kind of just hands on hips and just looking around. Nobody kind of trying to get any urgency in the Swansea game at all. Like I say, it's just here for Brentford to put the foot on the throat of Swansea here and really make this emphatic if they could get a fourth.
Oh, Watkins picking the ball up with Benrahma plays the ball in a hurry there. It was the wrong idea. He thought Watkins was going to charge in towards goal. Watkins had peeled wide. But as much as Swansea are looking like they might get one back at one end, Brentford are looking they may add to their tally at the other. Here's Chelina, the half-time substitute. Floats the ball out towards Pedersen, who's looked the most likely to cause trouble on the far side. Valencia now doubling up with Dalsgaard. The ball's passed back into Grimes, 30 yards outside the penalty area, then wide once more. So Pedersen cuts in, good ball into the box, nice header, what a save by David Raya down to his right hand side. Thou shalt not pass, says Raya, and he palms it behind for a corner.
That was a super save. Once again, Pedersen, who's been Swansea's best player on the night, he cuts in and it was a real wicked curling ball. Byers got there, lovely stooping header, but Raya short down right by his knee, right at the foot of the post, and he was down like a cat and he palmed it away for a Swansea corner. Super save by Raya.
Up goes the left arm for the corner. It's curled in. Raya with a strong punch away, 10 yards outside the penalty area with the ball now. Here's Grimes. Grimes wide to Pedersen again. Valencia goes to stay with him, but nice cushion pass down the left-hand side, but a little bit too strong. Right idea from Pedersen, and Surridge was never going to get to that. And now the fans have said enough's enough. We're into the 80th minute, and it is time to get on our way home. And they're pouring out in their droves here now. The fans they've stayed with their team, but I think they've witnessed the Brentford masterclass here this evening, and they don't want to be around for the final knockings. Ollie Watkins, and you have to say Swansea have kept trying this evening.
Yeah, they haven't given up at all, Mark, and I think they've been better in the second half, but I just think that Brentford have been confident and they've just been so impressive from front to back, and that's the thing. Raya with the save there, it just epitomises that every player has been on their game tonight. There hasn't been a weakness in the team.
Bidwell down the left-hand side, and Dalsgaard was saying the ball went out there for a throw. Nothing given by the linesman on that far side. Swansea tried to switch it over to here, and Rico Henry, clever there, feigned to head it one way, let the ball come back across him, and he takes time to float the ball back up to Watkins. Watkins tries to head it on, Roden with a strong header, but only back towards Dalsgaard. Here's Valencia, infield to Mkocho. Mkocho, a little bit of keep ball. Norgard onto Jensen. Jensen back to his Danish compatriot in the centre. Now here's Watkins on the stretch. Jensen out to Rico Henry into the 83rd minute. Ben Rama involved. Little touch through Watkins back to Ben Rama again. Then he's just rolled out of the way there by Mike van der Horst, who doesn't want to say to the ref what he's probably thinking was, how on earth am I meant to deal with these? Yeah. They're running across me left, right and centre. The football's just too quick for me.
He just swatted at Ben Rama there. It was just literally, you're not going to get past me. I'm just going to swat there. We're 3-0 down. Gavin Ward's looking at him saying, look, I've got to book you for that. I mean, you know, you just didn't play the ball. You just took the man out, ice hockey style. So Van der Horn in the book, rightly so. Ben Rama's not happy at all. It's not how you play football, Saeed, is it?
He's down getting a little bit of treatment at the moment, and he's just saying it was him, wasn't it? He's actually pointing to him on the floor.
He actually had that man well.
Yeah, and he's just said to him, look, he's still wanting to have a go at him, and Van Horn's just holding his arms out and saying, what do you expect? You're too good for me. You're too quick. I can't deal with you.
What's that for?
Oh, he wants to carry this on, Ben Rama. They're now going over to each other on a friendly basis and a little hug. That's nice. That's nice. Gavin Ward's coming up and say, calm down, calm down. And Ben Rama said, we've had a hug. Did you not see?
Maybe that's what he was saying.
We've made up. We've made up. We're all good. It's Jensen. Lovely run by Jensen. Watkins wide to Valencia. Valencia from a tight angle drills the ball across, hits Bidwell away for a throw on the far side into the close to the 85th minute.
It's as a consummate performance as you've seen away from home in a very long time, Mark. I'm just trying to think the last time we played this well away from home.
I cannot. We're going to have to put our at the end of the game. We'll have to think when it's going to Pontus-Jansson here. He's probably going to get a yellow card. He is going to get a yellow card, but he's taking one for the team. You're 3-0 up. You'll take that with literally 4 or 5 minutes. You don't want to allow the opposition the chance to break and get one back. And
be interested if
that's what you want, isn't
people
it?
at home, I mean, they'll be with the record books and whatever and stuff like that. When was the last time we won 3-0 away from home?
I remember winning it in Fred Callahan's era when Chris Kamara scored at the County Ground Swindon by 3-0. I don't know if you remember that, a midweek game, a Tuesday night win where Chris Kamara scored with a header from the edge of the penalty area.
Wow.
And that was against his former team. It may be 4. Brentford are looking like they want more. Here's Jensen. Rico Henry out towards the wing to Ben Rama again. Ben Rama just drops the shoulder, comes in field. Jensen.
Oop.
Oh, not the best ball back to Norgard, but Norgard with a little dummy just fooled Ayew there. And Norgard now out towards this near side to Ben Rama. Ben Rama, he's just been so good this evening. So good, it's not true. He's
a license put on him when he plays like that.
It's just, his class is above everything out there. I mean, there's some incredible talents out there, but he's just in a league of his own.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you're a little bit too good, you remember at school when somebody was too good? He's just a bit too good for this league when he plays like this.
He is just sensational. Here's the ball out towards Valencia. Can't quite hold on to it that time. And Brentford do win it back. Bidwell just leaves it behind. A little bit of keep ball in the centre. Pontus-Jansson onto Janvier. He's been a rock at the back. And, good ball out towards Rico Henry. Head down. Got Ben Rama out on this left-hand side. Rico Henry out towards Ben Rama, who's level with the penalty area. It's going to take on Roberts. Little drop of the shoulder. He's into the penalty area now. Little jink one way then the other. Retains possession. I'm not sure he knows what he's doing here. Still with it. Goes for goal himself, and a really tame effort in the end. But once again, a chance for the Brentford fans over in that far left-hand corner to marvel close up and his amazing skills. He's a man who got Brentford on the way tonight.
I don't think Paul Daniels had done it as many tricks as he has tonight, you know.
Not a lot. He's been incredible tonight, Benrahma. Absolutely superb. As good as we've ever seen him through 90 minutes. And let's not rule out the fact that his defensive duties, which last season were perhaps a little bit lacking at times, he's been working very, very hard to get back and help out when needed. He's been well, good run down the left-hand side, and Brentford managed to keep the ball out. Janvier once more coming across and heading it wide. Zambrek's going to come on for the last few minutes, and it may well be Benrahma who comes off. He's looking. We can't see the board, so it's actually the fourth official is actually saying, "Look, it doesn't work. It's you, though." He's pointed to him, and yeah, even one of our Welsh fans here has decided to applaud him. He has been magnificent this evening, and it's almost now as if a few of the others have got involved as well. But the ones you're pointing down there to me, they're Brentford directors.
Oh, are they? I would hope they're clapping. I hope they're clapping. He was a sole man there.
He was a sole man
there. He was having that.
A few of the others around him decided to join in the end, a little bit begrudgingly, but he has been absolutely terrific here.
As you can see, the experience there, 15,000 later and 75 minutes at the WC this evening. Thank you once again for your fantastic support.
Yeah, it has been fantastic support here from the locals, but I'm sure they've been very impressed by Brentford, who have put on a terrific performance. And for those who may have been watching the pictures, wherever they've been or how they've been able to do it, I'm sure there will be lots of fantastic reports going on social media, which admin will enjoy going over on the way back. He's going to have that pie in his pocket. I know he has. He's retired on 2, but I know he's taking the 3rd home with him. Ball played through to Lena. There's a good touch there by Janvier. Ball into Ayew. Ayew does well. He gets a shot in, and it's just rising over the bar in the end. Raya just saying to his defence, where you are, you keep your concentration. We want to take a clean sheet back.
If anything, Ayew caught it too well. He cut inside in a Watkins style, and he let fly from about 12-14 yards, but he caught it and he pinged it over Raya's bar, where you actually feel that if it had just kind of thumped it, not as well as that, it would have taken some saving by David Raya. So 89 minutes gone, Swansea 0, Brentford 3. It's got a good ring to it.
Yeah, I think we can probably say that we're heading back down the M4 with the points.
And the pies.
You speak for yourself. Pie singular. He's only got one left. He's had the other 2. He may have a replenishment of a few. They may have done a deal with a man downstairs who said, you know, I cooked them myself this morning.
Cooked them himself this morning.
He may have a little doggy bag for all of us. Ball played downfield by Raya. De Horn just leaves that one to go over his head all the way through to Woodman. West Brom have got a goal back at home against Barnsley, but still 2-1 behind there, as we are just 10 seconds away from time added on. Here's Ayew out towards this near side. The ball into the box, and it's just over the bar there from Surridge. Swansea just cannot seem to get on the score sheet. 3 minutes. Once again, the board's gone up. We cannot see it, so they've had to actually tell everybody how long the time is.
You'd think give us a clue there, didn't you?
Yeah,
3
exactly.
Words.
You'd think they'd have sorted it out half time, Kieran. It was clearly not working in the first half.
Put it on charge.
Yeah. So 3 minutes of time added on at the end of this game. Janvier with a powerful header. Oh, well done, Dalsgaard. Intercepted that well. It's got Valencia on his outside. Cuts inside, then outside. Good slalom run. Lovely ball in the box. Watkins! Oh! Watkins was offside. Wouldn't have counted. He doesn't know that at the moment. He's just eating grass, looking at the fans, got his head in his hands. Now he looks up, and with the... I still don't think he knows, because the linesman's got his flag down now. Woodman's just told him it wouldn't have counted. Don't worry. Watkins thinks he's missed a sitter right in the last minute here, but it wouldn't have counted.
He's just asked Thomas Frank. He said, was that offside?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it was.
Yeah. He's probably feeling a bit better about that now. Here's Surridge coming forward. Good ball through to Ayew. Oh, and Surridge tries to just float the ball into the back of the net, and it's gone over the bar again. They will not get past this resolute Brentford defence this evening. Raya screams at the defence again. Come on, guys, we want to take this clean sheet back.
Yeah, Surridge has just had 2 chances in Ayew in the last 5 minutes, and that's where Ray is saying they've had some shots on goal. All 3 have kind of blazed over or just flew over his bar. But David Ray is saying, come on, guys, let's get that clean sheet bonus. You know, that it's important to the goalkeeper as much as scoring 3 goals. The clean sheet is what Brentford want. 3-0 sounds so much better than 3-1.
Absolutely. Ray are about to take the goal kick. We've had 2 minutes of time added on, so we're literally down to the last 90 seconds now. Is Valencia. Good first touch, but couldn't get the second under control. Jean-Vier battling for it in the middle. Norgard helps it on to Rico Henry. On the volley, gets it forward. Van der Horn only as far as Christian Norgard. He's been so solid in the midfield this evening. He's mopped up everything Swansea have thrown at him. Okocha just leaves the ball behind him there for a change. Here's Chilena through past Jensen in the centre. Norgard just tangling up there with Pedersen, but back there is Zambarek looking to challenge. Looked like there may have been a foul. Nothing given by Gavin Ward. We're down to the last 20 seconds now. Here is Byers. The referee puts a whistle to his lips, and that's the end of it. And Brentford eventually get a win at Swansea, and they've done it in some style here. 3 terrific goals. The first from Ben Rama, the second great work by Watkins and Mbeumo to put Jake Bidwell under pressure, and Mbeumo would have scored anyway. And the third, another absolute cracker from Brian Mbeumo from the edge of the box, not long after half-time. That made the game safe. It's been a consummate professional performance from this team, as good as many Brentford fans will be able to remember. They've come here, won in style, they've built on from Saturday, and the season has started.